So today I'm going to do a little video on how I was taught to clean perch, which can actually be used to clean most any kind of fish. My grandmother cleaned fish for a living for 30 odd years, and this is her go-to method for cleaning perch, walleye, pretty much any bony kind of fish. So this is how I do it, and I can do it pretty fast, but I'm gonna slow it down so you guys can see it. These are Lake Erie yellow perch that were caught this morning. So you take a really sharp knife. This is my Rapala fillet knife. If you're doing up a batch of fish, you're going to want to stop and sharpen your knife in between fish. The scales are going to dull your knife, and a sharp knife is really going to slow you down. But I keep a dull knife for skinning, and you're going to want to keep that handy. So what you do first is you slide the tip of your knife up under this fin here. Because here's your gill flap, here's the fin. You want to slide it up under the fin and cut down through the backbone, but don't cut all the way through. You want to stop pretty much right at the backbone, and then you slide the knife just along the bone. Try not to cut into the organs, and then you won't end up with a real bloody mess. And then you'll feel the bone, especially if you have a really good flexible knife, you'll feel the bones with your knife, and you just want to slide your knife along with them, but not through them. Try not to cut through them. And you just, you can run your knife along through there, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a rib cage through there, and you can either cut the rib cage out later, or if you have a really good thin knife, you can run your knife on top of it and just leave the rib cage intact. So just continue to cut down along the top of the spine. Some people will cut along these fins here. I cut along the belly, right down to the anus. I cut through the facial tissue here. You can pull out the intestinal. Oh, this one is a male, and he's spawned out. And then continue to cut through. I like to move the intestines and all that so they don't contaminate. They don't get cut. And then just slide your knife right down through to the tail, and you have a fillet. And you flop your fish over, and you do it on the other side. Again, lifting up that fin, making your cut, sliding your knife on top of that backbone. Cutting around those fins. My knife needs to get sharpened, I think. It's getting caught up on those fins. Another thing you want to be careful of is these dorsal fins here. They are spiny and they will poke you, and they can give nasty little cuts. And there you go. When done properly, there's very little left of your fish. Very little of the fish goes to waste. And what I do is I take these guts and stuff. Some people save the leftover bits for bait. I just freeze them. I just put them in the freezer till garbage day so they don't stink up my fridge. So you take your fillet and your duller knife and you put it skin down on your board, and starting at the very end, slide your knife into the meat and just wiggle it a bit to loosen it from the skin. And then when the meat's loose, you just kind of wiggle your knife through to the, and you can separate the skin from the meat. And you can just do that really quick, folding the meat up as you go, or you can just kind of tug on the skin as you slide your knife through. Some people prefer to scale a perch and leave the skin on. They say it tastes better. I don't notice any difference in scaling. I don't like it. It takes a long time and it makes a mess. And it's hard on the hands. You got to do it outside because these are stiff scales and they fly everywhere. It's not like a trout where they're really soft and you can just, you know, brush them off. But there you go. There is a fillet of perch. Now there is a fine line of bones through here where I left some of the ribs in. Now these will cook down and they will, like, because it's a small perch, they'll just disappear. But I'm a little paranoid about fish bones, so I just take my sharp knife, and this is what you can do also with pickerel, walleye, and bass, or any bony fish, and you just slice that rib cage right out of there. And that part just is garbage. And there you go. That's a boneless, skinless fillet of perch. I'll do the other one. Oops. Remember to use your dull knife for the skin because your sharp knife is just going to cut right through the meat and you're going to end up with a really nasty, holy piece of meat. Slide that through. Again, there's a couple of bones there, which I don't like. These they will cut down into nothing. They'll just almost dissolve, but I had an uncle have a nasty experience with some fish bones in his throat, so I get a little paranoid. Take that bit out, and there you go. Boneless, skinless, ready to cook. So I got a couple more fish to do, and then I will have dinner. So hopefully I can have shown you how to do up some perch real quick, and I got some more to do. All right, talk to you later.